This is Pre-Calculus Part 1, Section 4.3, Right Triangle Trigonometry, page 492, Example 2, Evaluating Trig Functions. This is very similar to the last one. The only difference is we're going to have some square roots we have to work with. So they gave you side A, and they gave you C, which is the hypotenuse across from the right angle. So this time we have to do 1 squared plus b squared, which is what we're looking for, is equal to the hypotenuse, which is 3 squared. So 1 plus b squared equals 9, subtract the 1. The square root of 8, it's simplified. 8 is 4 times 2, so it's 2 square root of 2. And they show that right here. Okay. Now you just do your ratios. Here's your theta. Make sure you look to see which angle they're calling theta. So sine would be opposite 1 over hypotenuse 3, and cosecant would be the reciprocal of that, which is 3 over 1, or just 3. Cosine is going to be adjacent, which is the side we found. That's the 2 square root of 2 over 3. The secant is going to be the reciprocal of that. The problem is we can't leave it like that, and I'm not sure why they did. So you have to multiply the top and bottom here by square root of 2. Remember that as long as you multiply the top and bottom by the same thing, you're really multiplying by 1, so you're not changing anything. So if we multiply top and bottom by square root of 2, this really becomes 3 square root of 2 over 4. And again, I'm not sure why they didn't do that. Oh, here it is, down here, sorry. 3 over 2 square root of 2, you can't leave it like that because we can't have square roots in the denominator. So anything over itself is 1, so as long as we multiply top and bottom by the same thing, excuse me, we're allowed to do that. So that's 3 square root of 2. That would be 2 square root of 4, which is 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. Okay. Tangent is opposite over adjacent, so the 1 over the 2 square root of 2. And again, we can't leave it like that. So we have to multiply top and bottom by the square root of 2, which ends up being square root of 2 over 4. I would go right from here to get the reciprocal because I'm not going to have to fix it again. If I go from here, I'm going to end up with that square root of 2 on the bottom again. So go right from here when you do the reciprocal, and it turns out the square roots on the top were good. Okay, so get me back to the directions here. Okay. So they're giving you the hypotenuse is 5. I am not sure what all this is. Yeah, I'm not sure what all that was. Okay. So they give you the hypotenuse is 5, and this side is A, and here's your theta. So this A is the opposite side that they're giving you, and the hypotenuse. So we need to solve for B. So again, you're going to find, the first step is to find that missing side. So we're going to do 25, 5 squared, minus 1 squared. 25 minus 1 is 24, which gives us B as the square root of 24, which is 4 times 6, so it's 2 square root of 6. Okay? So B is 2 square root of 6, and that's just using the Pythagorean theorem. Now you do the trig functions. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so that would be the 1 over 5. It's not always going to work out that way, but it's nice when it does. And then the reciprocal of sine, the cosecant, is going to be 5 over 1, which is just 5. The cosine is going to be the adjacent side, which is the 2 square root of 6 over 5. And the reciprocal of that is 5 over 2 square root of 6 for the secant, but we can't leave it that way. So you multiply by top and bottom by square root of 6 because we're trying to clear the square root of 6. So that would be the square root of 36, which is 6 times 2 is 12. Okay, the tangent, you can either do sine over cosine, or you can do opposite over adjacent. You're going to get the same answer. So opposite is 1, adjacent is the 2 square root of 6. And again, we're going to have to fix that. Multiply by square root of 6. Let's go back here to take the reciprocal of it, because then the square root lands on top. If we start from here, we're going to get that square root in the bottom and have to fix it again. So I'm going to go all the way back to here to our original and take the reciprocal of that for cotangent. And it's 2 square root of 6 over 1, or just 2 square root of 6.